This model of a doll semi-trailer is in the colours of Cardem, which is the French demolition company part of the giant Vancy group. It's a limited edition model made for the Vancy web shop, and only 300 have been made. It comes in standard Conrad branded packaging for a truck model like this, and there's no instructions. The parts in the box include the doll semi-trailer, a bag of parts that have to be fitted, and the MAN TGS tractor. There are some parts to fit to the cab, and these include the mirrors and aerials. So the first job is to separate them from the plastic sprig. And once the parts are all separated, it's best to pre-assemble the mirror on the passenger side. Yes, it's another viewer question, and it's from Malevolent of New Zealand. Mal says that the engines inside his model trucks never seem to start. Is it because the model makers never put fuel in the tanks? Well, Mal, that's just such a great question. Unfortunately, this is one of those times when a fool can ask questions that no wise man can answer. After fitting the mirrors and aerial, there is also an optional towing hitch if you want to use it. The MAN chassis has a detailed transmission modelled in plastic, and the steering mechanism is just functionally modelled. The tyres have a decent tread pattern, and the wheels look quite smart. There are good beacon lights and colour-coded door mirrors, and the Cardem livery is clean and simple. Behind the cab there's a metal cabinet, some textured walkway and plastic wheel arches. The underside of the doll trailer is on the whole fairly simple, but the axles have been modelled functionally. At the front there are spare wheels and wheel chocks and a textured surface. At the rear the metal ramps have got a decent structure. The lights are painted, and it's a surprise that on this model there's no number plate. Out onto the cranes etc. Autoroute, and the MAN tractor rolls well. As usual for Conrad, the wheels turn independently on the rear axles, and there's a degree of up and down movement which can represent suspension. The plus point in terms of functionality is the steering at the front. A hard lock can be obtained so it poses well, and it also steers well in a curve. The other functionality on the tractor is the tilting cab, and it's good because it can stay tilted. And there's a reasonable looking engine underneath the cab. The doll semi-trailer has got a number of features. The axles have a degree of up and down movement, and they are also all linked together so that they can steer. And the good thing is that it's proportional, so the rear axle steers the most, and that allows the trailer to realistically trace a curve. At the front there are two landing legs which can be pulled out for when the trailer's not connected to a tractor. They are plastic and not detailed, and there's also a pin which can allow the gooseneck to be detached. Two legs at the rear can also be lowered for use during loading and unloading. Well, the tractor and trailer are both feeling a bit lonely, and after all they only want to be together. So let's grant their wish, and the kingpin of the trailer just clips into the fifth wheel on the tractor, and you can already see they're looking happier. At the rear the ramps can be lowered, and in fact they are a bit loose in the upright position. Notice here that the rear legs are down, and when the ramps are fully stretched out, they're ideal for loading a piece of plant. Particularly if the machine concerned is fitted with Cranes Etc's patented hover tracks. Another feature of the doll trailer is that it is extendable, and so it's useful for carrying extra long loads. Of course the question arises, will it fit in your garage? Well, fully extended it's about 18 inches or 46 centimetres long. With the trailer extended, let's see what we can do and put some load on. First up is a Eurovia 20-foot container, and that still leaves space for a Eurovia Liebherr excavator. There's another feature available on this version of the model. The loading ramps are detachable, all that you have to do is to take out the steel pins. There is another feature on the deck, which is that the width extenders can be pulled out, but they're not much use because there are no extension timbers supplied with the model. Yet another option that's available is to fit some optional deck posts. These are metal and they fit into preformed holes on the deck. It is quite a useful feature, but the only issue is that it can be quite hard to get all of the deck posts to actually stand up straight. So if you find that some have had a bit too much wine, you just need to help them stand up straight. This version of the model is in the colours of Cardem, so the best thing to do is to load up a demolition excavator that's also in Cardem colours. That then gives you a very good looking display with both of the models matching. This heavy haulage model from Conrad is very good because it's got plenty of functionality. The detailing is not at the highest level, but nevertheless it is quite a smart looking truck in the colours of Cardem. Overall it's highly recommended.